The Liberty Tree. Long live the King! That was the favorite toast of Englishmen in the 17th and 18th centuries, even the ones who had left England and sailed across the Atlantic Ocean to live in America. Why had they left home? Some left in search of religious freedom. The King and most Englishmen belonged to the Church of England. People who tried to worship differently were thrown in prison or even hanged. Others left because they were poor and hungry. They hoped to find jobs and food in America. And some hoped to grow rich. In England, a poor farmer couldn't become a respected landowner. If your parents were poor, you too would probably be poor all your life. But in America, if you worked hard, you might become one of the richest people in the land. It wasn't easy, but it was possible. America was the land of liberty. By the mid-1700s, a huge elm tree in Boston had become the symbol of the new land. It was called the Liberty Tree. The townspeople gathered under its branches for important meetings. Other towns and villages along the Atlantic coast named trees in honor of the Liberty Tree of Boston. If they didn't have a big enough tree, they put up a tall pole and called it the Liberty Pole. The colonists were still proud to be subjects of the King of England, even though he ruled them from 3,000 miles across the ocean. But they were very glad to live in the new and wonderful land of opportunity, America. Let's look at some of these insets. Who were the Americans? Most of them were farmers. Others were shopkeepers and tradesmen. Many were black slaves who lived mostly in the South. Some of the English colonists were really Dutch, Swedish, or German, but they lived as subjects of the English king. Colonial men and boys ate with their hats on. They took them off only to drink a toast. Their favorite toast was to the health of the king. Here. In 1760, a new king, George III, came to the throne of England. George liked simple food, boiled mutton and turnips, and enjoyed working in his gardens. Some people called him Farmer George. Others called him the Royal Button Maker because he loved mechanical inventions.